Hello, everybody. We're going to be going over Storywork today. As Carl Jung once said, change your story, change your life. So what is Storywork exactly? Storywork combines a narrative therapy and breathwork to shift you from conflict to collaboration, from victim to hero. We are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens to us. Epictetus. In other words, it's not your circumstances that get you. It's your story about the circumstances that get you. Storywork is all about reframing the limiting stories in your life. So I like to keep things nice and simple. There's a lot of information that we're going over, so the simpler the better. I have modified the usual sequence of body, mind, spirit to actually start with spirit. So spirit equals breath. In yoga, breath has been referred to as spirit. This is our starting point here today and is the foundation for the Storywork experience. 2 words to remember in regards to your breath are low and slow. Mind equals words. After our breathing is low and slow, we get into our word choice. What kind of mental weather are you creating for yourself? And finally, body. Body equals storywork. The body remembers what the mind forgets. Storywork helps release the energy built up from holding on to stories and experiences. We begin with breath. Awareness, abdomen, parasympathetic. So we'll start with awareness. How aware are you of your breathing at any given point during the day? And how would you describe your breathing when you're at work? Part of the awareness is making sure that you're getting fully down into your abdomen and getting out of that trapped in the chest breathing that happens so often. That's more of a stress response, really, breathing, and it's very, very common in people. So making sure that you are paying attention to the way that your ribs are getting engaged by the breath, the way that your back feels against the chair that you're sitting in. So the low and slow breathing helps activate our PSNS, which is the parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic means we'll be slowing our heart and breathing rates, lowering our blood pressure, and promoting digestion. Our body enters a state of relaxation, and this relaxation breeds recovery. Let's move on to words. So negations, binary, projections, and soft talk. Spell's definition is a series of words used to control or influence people as though it has magic power over them. So how many of you have been casting limiting spells on yourself? And how is your inner dialogue? Are you compassionate to yourself or are you derogatory? In Storywork, I look at 4 pillars of conflict language, starting with negations. I can't do that, or I'm not worthy of this. Negations tell the brain to focus on the negative. Most famous or infamous negation that I can think of is the don't think of the pink elephant, which leads you to, of course, think of said pink elephant. Binary or extreme. I'm always like that, or I never understand you. Binary language raises drama and conflict, and 99% of the time is just simply untrue. Projections, he made me feel upset, or they made me feel uncomfortable. Projections take away your power and actually victimize you. And soft talk, I should really change one day, or I guess I think I might stop drinking. Soft talk creates vague and ambiguous dialogue. This means you are hard to trust or take seriously with yourself and with others. And getting into the actual Storywork process. Storywork is a 4-step process. If it can be written out, it can be 4-stepped. The goal of Storywork is to air out old stories that have been keeping you stuck or even haunting you, giving you new perspective on them and reframing these moments into a more compassionate and balanced and accurate narrative. The physicality that comes with writing it out, reading it out loud, reading it slower, and then translating it, all the while maintaining low and slow breathing, promotes energetic releases within the body. So the 4 steps are: write it, read it slowly, and translate. From victim to hero. Victim mentality is an acquired personality trait in which a person tends to recognize or consider themselves a victim of the negative actions of others, contrary to the evidence of other such circumstances. Accountability, that being the opposite of being victimized, or the victim mentality. Your circumstances may not be your fault, however, they are your responsibility. That doesn't mean that you've caused it. It means that you have the ability to respond to your circumstances and change the outcome. And some final thoughts. recoveryroadmap.me is the website. Matt Gardner Live is my Facebook and YouTube channel. The YouTube channel has all the different podcasts, sound therapy, sound journeys, meditations, webinars like this. Yeah, Recovery Roadmap is also my Instagram handle. Yeah, reach out to me. And of course, the Matt Gardner 780 at gmail.com.